Hey everyone, this is Carol here. I'm going to experiment with something. I read somewhere that anything you can do on a loom, you can do on an addi. So I'm going to give it a shot of a Crochet Cast On. So I'm going to use number 10 or J crochet hook. And I made my slip knot. And I'm putting it on the first black loop, first black hook. And let's see, put this long piece inside, make my first chain, close the door here, okay, that's my next one, putting on the second hook, tighten a little bit, make my next single crochet, or chain, excuse me. The next one, tighten a little. So what I'm doing is I'm making chains, putting it on, tighten it a little bit, make the next chain, turn the crank, put it on the next hook, pull it a little, next chain, turn the crank, and I'm making it so the where it would be two loops would obviously be on the inside. Okay, let's see, turn the crank. Oh. 1 second. Alright. Didn't make my chain here. Hold on. Alright. Okay. The next one. Tighten a little. Okay, now this is my first time doing this, so whether or not I'm doing it right, I'm not sure. But that will be evident when I take off and see how it looks. I know crochet cast on looks pretty nice on a regular loom. So let's see what it'll do here. So that's it. Chain. Put the chain on the hook. Chain again, you know, what'd you call it? Yarn over, loop through, chain, I don't know. Put it on the next one. Make my next stitch, put it on the hook, tighten it, make my next stitch, crank, put it on the hook, tighten it, next stitch, crank, put it on the hook, tighten, next stitch, crank, put it on the hook, tighten, next stitch, crank, put it on the hook, tighten, next stitch, crank, put on the last hook, tighten, and I think I'll leave it at that because, you know, I don't be stuck there. Opening my door, crank, put it in. Okay, if you remember, I'm the one that goes very slowly because that seems to work for me. Alright, so let's see how this is going to go. A little smoother than the E-wrap cast on. Sorry about that. I guess because it's not as tight. But I've just begun, so let's see how this works. Now, if you saw my other video, you know the reason I go so slow is because if I go at normal speed, I seem to snag my yarn. Very annoying. It's a good trade-off to go slow and have no malfunctions, or, you know, skipped stitch, what do you call them? Drop stitches or snagged yarn. And I am working with sunlight. I have the one lamp in the room on, but that doesn't do a whole lot of good. So while I still have sunlight, with my brown yarn, which I'm sorry for the color, doesn't really show. But the purpose of this video is the experiment with the crochet cast on. There's many cast-ons for the hat looms, so I thought, you know what? The one where you go around, where you go back and forth like this, that never worked for me. The E-wrap, that's okay. When I did the slip knot, I think Susie did that. Susie from Susie Knotting, she did the mittens, and she also went slow, and she started with slip knot. And I find that's a better way to go. And so I figured, let me try this crochet cast on, see if it leaves any, if it leaves a nicer finish. No, well, the loom looks pretty good. Now, if you're doing a headband, you don't really need a nice finish because it's all going to be gathered anyway. But if you're going to do like the fingerless gloves, I don't know. Let's find out. This is an experiment. I mainly do this for my own learning purposes. And hey, if I stumble across, uh-oh, what's going on? Oh, what'd I do? Okay. That's not what I want. Any tangles in the carriage. Usually I'm so busy looking at this, I'm not really looking at my yarn. I like to check on what's going on because usually it's about this time I'll notice, it's all jacked up in there. So far it looks okay. Also, I find if I'm just looking right here, this is, okay, so it's like this spot right here, right before the screw. That's where I'll have the trouble. I don't know if anyone else has a problem with snagging yarn. I don't know if it's the yarn I use, but like I said, last week I used a skein of yarn from the 99-cent store. It cost me $1.09. And I just went really slow, and it worked pretty good. So I don't know if it's the yarn or it's me. But I find if I go slow, just watching right here, just keeping an eye there, that's where the trouble usually happens. And if I can get past there, especially that black, once again, thank you, Jesus. I'm sitting on the floor, so once in a while I have to stop. It's kind of hard on the back. One of these days I will get a table with a good lamp, and this will be a comfortable thing to do. I'm going to do one of these, and that's going to be the end of it because I'll stretch out the back when I'm done. Sorry for the hand. Like I said, I'm sitting on the floor, and there's nothing to latch the machine to, so I hold it with my hand. Well, I'm on row 35. Looks pretty good. Here, let me pull this out. Just gonna see what this looks like. You can't really see that, I'm sorry. But that's my crochet cast on. So I'm going to turn that up even. You see? Okay, just wanted to check it out. And when I get to row 50, right now I'm 35. Row 50 is about when it starts touching the floor. So that's when I roll it up a little like a sock. What do you think? Almost to row 80. And there we go. Okay. Open this up and cast off. This over there. And about 16 to 8 inches. Okay. That's the one right there. Okay. gather all. I'm going clockwise, excuse me. I like this needle that came with the addi because the way it's bent, it fits just perfectly in between the teeth. Makes it easier to remove. Yeah, you're not for nothing. Working slow works a whole lot better. You guys that can go turbo, more power to you. I'm glad it works for you. For me, I will go turtle speed. Because it is so nice to be able to turn out a project and be able to take it off. I don't have to rip out the stitches with the crochet hook. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Stretch. Okay, that's my cast on, my crochet cast on. I'm not sure if it's supposed to look that way. It still turns in. I just wanted to try it. So that's what it looks like. Like I said, still a beginner. Still working on it. Tension, well, that'll come with practice. But hey, you know what? The fact that it's not snagged and there's no drop stitches, that's a big step up for me. And tension, well, that'll come with practice. Thank you much, and hope you enjoyed.